Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? Part three. We're finishing up my favorite one, Purple Haze. That's right, Purple Haze. Lucky named this one Purple Haze. Purple Haze. That's who this knife is. Okay, we got the parts all polished up. Let's go ahead and I'm re-lubing everything. Since I got it apart, might as well just go ahead and pull some maintenance on it. Re-lube it. Re-lube my skip bearings. All right. Make the oil get right in that little area right there that the bearing rides in. Knife blade next. Like I said, I love these D2 blades. People don't knock these D2 blades, people. These are really, it holds a great edge. Of course, mine's been totally resharpened and reprofiled and everything. And it seems like it holds a really good edge. Because I use this knife pretty much every day. Between this one and my Spyderco Manix 2 XL, those are like my two knives, are my two go-tos. When I feel like I need to carry a defensive knife, I like to carry my Cold Steel Recon 1, large Recon 1. Anyway, here's the parts. I don't know if you can remember what it looked like in the first video. I just repolished it again since I did this piece. This is the shark fin. See how beautiful that looks? It's gonna look great, people. It's gonna look great. Let's put it together and see what it looks like. See the finished product. Let's re-dip the spring in grease again. I like to keep my springs in grease. And a lot of grease, not a little bit of grease. Because a little bit of a come out inside of the knife, but you can wipe it down and get it out. It's not like you can't. But I have found with these springs in these knives that use springs, if you keep the springs lubed, they don't get old and they don't start to rust or rot or get any kind of corrosion on them and they get weak and break. They don't do that. It's a way to make it last longer. I found that out with my Benchmades. See if we can pop this piece out. Does it want to pop out? Maybe we can put it in without popping it out, huh? Okay. That's the tricky part right here. Getting these in. There we go. Put this one in first just to hold it in there. I always have a bad habit of picking these up after I get everything all lined up and everything falls back out. That started. This is my favorite knife, people. It's the easiest to use. It's easy to use with either hand, left-handed or right-handed. It's really like the only knife that with this type of lock that's easy for me to really use with both hands. I like to put a little bit of blue Loctite on the pivot, and then I'll let it dry overnight before I use it. They come, when you get these, they have red Loctite on them. But I'm not a red Loctite person for stuff that I like to take. I always want to take apart. And red Loctite's good if you're not going to never take it apart, but I always take apart my things. You all know that. Okay. Just finger tight on these. On this one too, I like to put a little bit of Loctite too on this screw right here, because it's actually a pretty important screw. Forgot about that. Put a little blue Loctite on this one. Just finger tight. You don't have to torque these down. Not if you want to take it apart again real easily and without messing up your screws. Get this other screw moving. There we go. All right, let's get this one centered out nice. Perfect. No movement there. I love it. All right, let's do a final buff on it and we'll be done with it. Oh man, this knife's so beautiful. This is my favorite one, people. Purple Haze is my favorite. I can't lie. I can't tell a lie about that. This is my favorite. My favorite pocket knife. Excuse me. let's see what the finished product looks like. My hands are dirty, huh? Got dirty hands. All right, people. Here we are. I like this pocket clip not being shiny, so that's the one part I'm gonna leave alone. Oh man, doesn't that look beautiful? My customized AD20S. My favorite American folder. My favorite folder, period. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Can you see the D2 in there? Look at that. This is my favorite folder, people. No side to side, no up and down. Solid. Super solid. No side to side, no up and down at all. Look how smooth this is. That's right hand. Let's see what left hand can do. Gotta get my wrist together. But see, that's what I like about this knife. It's easy to use right-handed or left-handed. It doesn't matter what dominant hand that you have. This knife you can use with either hand. It's really one of the only truly ambidextrous knives that I have ever owned. And nothing functions better than this one. Remember, this wasn't a new knife. This was a knife that had been heavily used, and the blade was all scarred up. I don't know if you guys remember what it was originally like, but it has been totally redone and totally refurbished, and it's my most beautiful one now. I think out of all of them, even the ones with the titanium handles and the fancy blade steels and the drop point blade and the shark's foot blade, this one's my most beautiful one. I think this is the most beautiful one I have. Of course, it's the one I put the most time into too, because it needed a lot of work when I first got it. The scales looked worn out, the blade was beat up. It just needed a lot of work. And now you see the finished product. That's why I say, you know, if you know how to refurbish things and refinish things, get an old one. Because the old ones you can get a lot cheaper than you get because it's really hard to get one of these things, you know, brand new from the retail, because you got to catch the drops and you got to beat all the other professional buyers and sellers out there, because they always like to get all these things and they sell them on eBay for, you know, twice as much as they cost originally. And, you know, just get a D2 one. The D2 steel is awesome. You know, sure, it may not be quite as good as an M390 or an L Max or a Magna Cut or something like that. But this will, you know, for 99% of us that carry knives, you only need this. You only need a D2 blade. Come on, let's be serious now. I mean, the other stuff is just for bragging rights, right? Not all of us, you know, run around cutting, doing 200 and something, 300 cuts on cardboard, you know, proving how edge holding these are. It's good. I love seeing those videos. I love everybody that does do videos like that, but that's not normal everyday use. Let's be real now. Nobody needs to cut something that many times. This is an excellent knife, people. Excellent. Like I said, I think I paid $325, or I think it was $325 for this one. And then I spent $100 on the scales. This one came with the pocket clip for $325. It included the pocket clip and also included the skiff bearings that are in it. The person had already set it up pretty much the way I like it, and they just used it. Like I'm using this one. This is the one that I carry pretty much every day because it's my favorite knife. The Demko knives, the the AD20S, shark's foot, not shark's foot, the shark lock knife, to me is the best. I think this is the best locking system out of all locking systems. It's super solid. And not only that, when you put your thumb on it, like this, on the shark fin, it's sort of like the AD15, where if you hold on to the handle, it keeps the blade locked. That's how this is if you put your finger on the shark fin. Mine's a little bit slippery now because I polished it, so it doesn't bite my fingers no more. But I like it like that. Oh man, I love this knife. I love this knife, people. I'm already getting it all messed up with my dirty fingers. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful blade. Everything came out perfect on it. It's an OG Goat Backspacer, aluminum Backspacer. They're like 30 bucks. It's got the Lynch Northwest pocket clip. They're like $21 to $23. I can't remember exactly. The scales came from John Demko. They're 100 bucks. The G10 purple scales. And the rest of it's just elbow grease. Oh, the bearings are like $13 for a set of skiff bearings for this knife. And the rest of it's just elbow grease in my time. Look at the inside. I totally polished everything. I told you I was just going to polish the outside, polish everything. This I will just like to look at when I'm at work. Because I know what I put into it. It came out perfect, people. But anyway, that's that. That's that. What do you think, Juno? Which one do you like the best? Which is your favorite one? Out of all my AD20Ss, which one's your favorite? Okay, you like the one Grandpa likes. Okay, me too, sweetie. Me too. That's my girl. Yes, my girl. All right, people. Well, I'm gonna put these out there for you guys tonight. Like I said before, today is Wednesday, the 12th, and tax day's coming up here in a minute. So I gotta go do my taxes next after I put these up online for you guys. So that's what I'll be doing next. Peace out. Stiletto. 3 videos should show up tonight. Peace.